finally the end of 2024. Did anyone else's year just fly by? I feel like 2024 was by far one of the quickest 365 days I've ever had in my life. But with the year coming to close, I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at everything that I drew this past year. I'm going to be mostly focusing on my digital art as I want to do a full sketchbook tour when I finish the one I'm currently drawing in. And a lot of my sketchbooks are just kind of drawings that I end up taking and making digital anyway, so I'll save the repetition here. But without further ado, let's just jump straight on into it and take a look at my first drawing of 2024. First up, we have this drawing meme that was going around, and I drew Technoblade and Glamrock Freddy as my two comfort characters doing this meme. There's not much to say about this one. It is silly and it is strange, and we're just gonna move on. From this drawing on for a little bit here, it's gonna be you're gonna really see my Hazbin Hotel brain rot. January hit me hard when the show first came out, and starting off strong with Husker Dust. I hate this drawing. I always have, always will. I was still kind of learning how I wanted to interpret the Hazbin characters into my style, and this by far is my worst iterations of them. I stated in my Hazbin Hotel redesign video, I'm not very good at drawing Angel Dust. I don't like drawing Angel Dust. For some reason, he's really hard to draw for me. And this is probably the worst example, like, not the worst, the best example of that. Husk looks okay. He looks kind of off, but I think with, like, practice and tweaking of this design, he will look pretty good. Angel Dust looks bad. He looks awful in this. I hate this drawing. I hate it even more because I made it into a pin, and the pin always sells really well at conventions. And I always tell myself I'm going to redo the drawing because I can do it so much better, but then I just don't. I don't know why. And if you like, we're going to do a little zoom in on the drawing here, okay? I was trying something different with line art. I saw an artist on TikTok, they used this kind of brush, and I liked the kind of sketchy pixelated vibe of the brush, and so I was like, oh, I want to try it out. It looks bad. It looks unfinished. It looks scraggly, and what is bad? I don't like this drawing. This drawing is bad. I'm gonna move on because I could bitch at this drawing forever. Not a great way to start off the year. Next up, a quick drawing I did of Charlie and Emily. I love Charlie and Emily. They are such a fun duo. I really hope we get to see more of them in season 2. I like the idea of this drawing, kind of like the two opposite sides. Just needs a little reworking. Again, at this point, it is a year-old drawing, but I still really, really like it. And I turned this Charlie art into a pin. It's cute. Not much to say about it. Next up, we have Rosie, this little headshot of Rosie. She is by far one of my favorite characters in Hazbin. I love her. She's just so pretty. I love her aesthetics and her vibe, and so I draw quite a lot of her. Next up, we have this Alistair you might recognize him from my Hazbin Hotel redesign video. This is actually my Alistair design, just color swap. In my redesign, I made Alistair a green color palette, but I wanted to see how he would look in his red. So that's what this drawing is. Nothing crazy, I just colored it differently. Next up, again, Alistair. Again, if you watch that video, you recognize this. I took the bust of Alistair and made it his blacklight version because I love his blacklight coloring, and I made it into a keychain. That's gonna be a common theme in this video, is majority of the art I drew this year has been for products for conventions. Next up, we have another Rosie drawing. I want to do a redraw of her trading card, and I still really like how this drawing came out. I think she turned out very pretty. And then we are finally done with the first chunk of Hazbin. I finally got released from the death grips of Hazbin Hotel. Next up, we have this Ninjago fan art. We have Pixel and Zane. I think I drew this in like February, March. Got back on like a Ninjago kick for some reason. Ninjago is one of those fandoms that kind of comes and goes for me. So, and I love Pixel and Zane. They're my guys. And then we have my Punk Miku drawing. This drawing I made vaguely based off of my Punk Miku cosplay I attempted. I wish I had good photos of that cosplay, but I only have like one, and it's at like end of the night when the cosplay's like falling apart. Wish I had more of her, but I made this Miku drawing. The idea behind it was I wanted to have a print and or stickers to hand out at Miku Expo last March, so that's what she was. And then, oh, she's cute. I completely forgot about her. This is Mayu, a Vocaloid. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I was pretty new into the Vocaloid fan base when I made her, and I went to a Vocaloid themed art event. And at that event, we did a Vocaloid trading card event where if attendees went to every table, they would get a stamp. And then at the end, they would win a trading card pack, and this was my contribution to it. I don't know much about Mayu, but I thought she was really cute. Apparently she, according to like Wiki Dive I did, she's like a yandere girl. She's cute, and she just looks so fun, and I loved her rainbow colors, so I ended up choosing her for my trading card. Oh, and then we've got, okay, so these guys, while I was like collecting art for this video, I was only originally going to do fully drawn pieces, and then I realized that I don't have many of those to show for this year, unfortunately. Like I said earlier, most things that I drew of this year were like keychain designs, sticker designs, so a lot of them aren't like fully rendered pieces. And I didn't have a lot to show off, so I gathered up these FNAF charms that I drew. I'm really proud of them. They're cute, they're small, but I needed more to talk about, so I pulled them aside. They're not much to look at. They're keychain assets, but they're cute, and I'm really proud of them. And if you like them, they're in my shop and bio. What do we have next? Oh, we have my attempts of drawing My Little Pony. I have never drawn ponies before. I don't know why. I grew up watching My Little Pony and was obsessed with it. And I had like pony OCs. And I can like picture the OCs I had as a kid, but I never drew them. I would always draw the Equestria Girl versions. So I don't know what got me like the itch to draw the ponies, but I did. I started out with Sunset Shimmer, and then I just kind of slowly moved down the line. And I love drawing ponies now. That's my thing. I'm gonna be a pony girl. So they're not like, again, this drawing's kind of like the last one where it's just mostly drawings on a blank page, but I thought they turned out really cute, and I will definitely be drawing more ponies and making pony OCs, and you'll see a couple more because I got the pony itch 2024 for some reason. Next up, we have this like painting piece I did. I painted this acrylic painting back when Technoblade first passed, and for his birthday this year I wanted to recreate that piece to see how much I've grown, and Technodad was asking the fan base in the community for their remembrance, like how they want to remember Technoblade, whether that be drawing, cosplay, a altar, whatever the people were doing, and this was my contribution to that. Alright, next up we have this kind of group of 4 drawings. I never ended up finishing these. They were very much a his autistic hyperfixation feel, where I got in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, they would be such good friends with the Ninjago ninjas. And so I paired each of them up with who I thought they would like get along the best with. I still want to finish these just because I think they're kind of like cracked drawings, like what the hell. They're cute. That was when I first got into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so we're getting a little bit later into the year. The next couple of drawings are all going to be original character reference sheets that I made in preparation for Art Fight last year, or this year, Art Fight 2024. I was on Team Seafoam, and every year Art Fight comes around and I say, oh, I'm going to participate, I'm going to do awesome. And then I slack off and I don't make any characters for Art Fight. So this year I was determined, and we're starting off strong with my original character, Jean. She doesn't have much of a story or like anything going into her character. My mom was an inspiration for this character. I am terrified of clowns. I hate clowns. They freak me out. They're bad. And my mother, she went to clown school when she was a young adult. And so I decided to make a gingery clown character named after her as kind of a wink and a nod to that. And I think she turned out really, really cute. And I love her. She's adorable. I'm really proud of, like, I don't know. She's cute. She's fun. Next up, we have this OC. Her name is Tessira, and she is my child. She's my darling. This is my favorite. If I had children, she would be my favorite. She is one of the only OCs that I ever draw. Almost ever. I don't draw very many other people or characters. I've had her since I was like 10, maybe even younger. She's my darling. She is, yeah, that's about it. All I'm gonna say about her. I love her. I would die for her. This woman that does not really exist. She's a figment of my imagination. And then this is her if she was My Little Pony. She doesn't have a pony name. I couldn't come up with like a cute, clever, like what Tessira's name would be as a pony. But yeah, that's her, but if she was a pony. And then I did draw her and then her girlfriend and then her best friend. There's not much to say about this. They have like 10 years worth of lore that I'm not gonna dump on this video right here. Maybe in the future I'll do a dedicated video because again, she's got a lot of history. Alright, now we're gonna get into my art fight attacks. I'm very slow at drawing. I produce art very slowly. I don't draw very often, I'm realizing. And so art fight, my goal was to draw 10 characters. Whether that be all in one and just do one big piece or a bunch of small ones, that was my goal. I started off with someone's pony OC. I'm gonna tell I'm still trying to figure out how to draw ponies and figure out how to interpret them into my style and how I want them to look. It's a very fun design, very striking colors. Really fun to work with. And then we have this piece. This was my big wide range attack I did this year. I was really proud of it. Thought it'd be really cute if I did a group drawing of a bunch of clowns and jesters. And of course I included Jean, my clown OC, in this drawing. And then I picked out 5 other people's OCs to do. This one was so fun. I'm so proud of how it turned out. It's just fun. I like the setup in the posing I chose for it. And like, it's just very colorful. It makes me happy. And then next up, okay, we have this person's OC. I originally chose this OC because I thought it was a Star Wars OC, being so for real. I thought this was a Nautilin OC and I got so excited. So I clicked on the page and then after reading their like description and like seeing all their images, I was like, oh, okay, so they're not. It's just like an octopus pirate girl, which I was still so on board with. And so I drew this for them. Very proud of how it turned out. I still really like it to this day. And their character design is just so cool. I love her. She looks awesome. She's badass. I love the octopus pirate vibes. Back to the TMNT, just a quick group photo of the guys. If you're an eagle-eye viewer, you'll probably tell that they're all in the same poses they were in those Ninjago drawings. That's because I cheated and I took the sketches from the Ninjago drawings and just took the ninjas out and made a group photo of just the turtles. And then we're back to another OC, my online persona, this girly. I did a redesign back this year of her. If you're a return viewer of this channel, and you'll notice that my PNGs went from looking like this to this, and this was kind of like the reworking of her design. Okay, next up we have this Ninjago group photo, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. I think it's cute. I love drawing the boys. They're fun. My only like main issue with this drawing is Jay. I don't like how I drew Jay in this. I need to work on my Jay design. He looks like a 12-year-old, which I want him to have that vibe, but like not that much that vibe, you know? Does that make sense? I don't know if that does, but I love all of my other designs except for Jay. Jay needs work. We're swinging back around to my Hazbin Hotel. For Sabotin Con this year, I was a part of the Hazbin Hotel stamp rally, and so I made this print as my contribution for that rally, and I really like how it turned out. One of the critiques I have is I made Vaggie really tall. I wanted Vaggie to be a little bit more built. In my headcanon for the show, Vaggie is a little bit more of a kind of buff character. Has a little bit more muscle on her. But I made her really tall, which I did not mean to. And I didn't even realize I did that until I showed my friend this drawing. And she was like, why is Vaggie the same height as Charlie? Like if Charlie stood up, they would be pretty much the same height. So whoopsies, but at that point it was too late and I was committed to the drawing, so if I ever redo this piece, we'll fix that. At the convention, someone saw the print, and when they first saw it, they thought I gender bent Vaggie and made Vaggie a guy, and they got like, not mad, but they were like offended. They were like, oh my god, you made Vaggie a man? What the hell? Do you hate lesbians? I'm like, no, I tried to make her buff, I'm sorry. Next up, okay, so recently I've been getting really back into Star Wars, the Clone Wars, out of nowhere, and I'm very obsessed with Fives and Echo. I love these boys. And then next up we have some more product concepts that I turned into these keychains here. I love Dream of SMP still. It is still one of my hyperfixations. I don't draw it as often as I do in the past. It's just one of those it comes back in waves, and I got the itch to draw them, and so here they are, my guys. Back to more Star Wars art. Cute little duo piece with Ahsoka and Anakin. I'm really proud of how it turned out. This was also a idea for a keychain that I just happened to also make into a full rendered print. And then some more concept ideas. We have the Amazing Digital Circus. I want to draw the whole cast, but I started out with just Jax, Pomni, and Kinger, just trying to get a feel of how I want their characters to look in my style, try to get a feel for how I draw them. Rounding off with my last TMNT drawing of the year, we have Donatello. He's my favorite character. He's my favorite turtle. I love him. He is the best character ever. That's all I gotta say. Okay. I decided to do a little meet the artist. I don't like how I drew myself. The idea was I would draw my persona and then me. I don't like how I drew myself. I think she looks kind of weird. I don't like looking at her. I haven't drawn myself in a very long time. Look at a reference photo because I just was like, what do I look like? But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I think the pose is cute. It's a very cute idea. All right, and then the last thing I drew these literally yesterday. I have some Ninjago assets. They're gonna be hopefully keychains and stickers. Don't know if I've had them made yet, but if I do, I'll put on a thing here. I think this, like, especially when you look at Jay, I think I did better on my Jay design here than the last Ninjago drawing I did. I think he just looks a lot better. Jay's really hard for me to draw. I really like how Zane turned out. I don't know why. Zane looks so cute in this style. I don't draw in this kind of my more chibi style very often, so it's fun. And with that, that is the last thing I drew of 2025. This was a really fun video to make. It really made me sit down and realize, oh my gosh, I don't draw a lot. I kept falling into the trap of only drawing stuff for products, new YouTube videos, new stuff to sell, you know, and I don't really like that. I want to really prioritize drawing for myself and drawing for fun. Because as much as I do love creating and being able to sustain my lifestyle on my art, I also really enjoy art and I want to enjoy making art. So I want to prioritize making just art for fun and art for me rather than just art for business. Because gosh darn it, this is like embarrassing little. For like a whole 365 days, I drew like 5 finished pieces. So yeah, 2025, New Year's resolution, I'm gonna draw a whole lot more. And that's like a part of why I wanted to make this video, is because now, if I don't draw more in 2025, it's gonna be really embarrassing when that video comes out and I'm gonna look like an idiot here being like, I'm gonna draw more, and then the next video is gonna have the same amount. Along with that, another goal for my art this year is going to be, I want to really practice my posing and making my art look more dynamic and interesting. Art is going to be really cool to look at this year. And then for the last one, I really want to work on my character designs, especially since I've been getting into a lot more like redesigning of characters from different shows and media. I want my characters to look a lot more interesting. 2025 is going to be my year for art. If you liked this video, definitely check out Spoopy Likes to Draw. That's where I got the inspiration to do this. They made something pretty similar to this, and I decided to steal it because it's a really fun way to kind of send off the year. So definitely go check out their channel, and thank you for the idea. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was somewhat entertaining. I appreciate you for making it this far. If you did, let me know what you're most excited for about 2025 and what you thought of 2024, because oh my gosh, this year went by fast, didn't it? But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next year. Bye!